Kate is from Random Rebuilding.
Curious about the work of the online reporters. Would you be having your own crew or will you be using your mobile phone to do your
I'm probably the best person to answer that because I actually have the tool. By the way, my name is Ardo Mirabalias. So yes, this is our what we call our Mojo kit. Mojo standing for mobile journalist or mobile journalism. So it's just us, basically us 10 individually spread all over the Philippines, doing our own beats, just carrying this.
So that you won't be assigned specific beats for this?
I think the correct answer to that is we have our strengths and our specializations, but we're also open, given that again they've always mentioned, they've harped about this. It's evolving, so whatever gets sent our way, as long as we think it is newsworthy and that news will count, and of course with the tenets that it stands for truth, then we're definitely gonna do it.
Thank you. And,
Sure.
for Atto.
For Apple.
Yes.
Since you're more senior than the other reporters, what would be something you learned from your previous coverages that you would want to impart to them?
A lot of it really is just accumulating various experiences in the field. It's hard to identify one lesson that would be the most important. But the harder the story is, the more interesting it becomes. Siguro just to reiterate that it's the difficult stories that are the most interesting and have the most impact. When the access becomes difficult, when there's a certain level of risk involved. Of course, we always say that safety first, and there are no stories worth dying for. But then again, it's a reality that some people don't like certain information out there, so they make it very difficult on journalists to get that information. But sometimes that information is important. It's important for the interest of the public. So siguro yun, parang it takes a lot of grit and determination, and it's a daily struggle. Like you have to motivate yourself every day. But it's also quite fun, I think. Maraming mga moments na may madidiscover kang bagong kainan kasi habang like we feel duty kayo, kita mo dahil nakapark na taxi doon, so parang masarap kumain dito. Ganun. So you become a master of the urban landscape. Yeah, and you have a lot of stories to tell with your friends. When there's a reunion, you might not have the best looking car, but you have the best stories.
Thank you.
Sir, for the GMA News team, so lately yung GMA, especially yung News and Public Affairs, naging active siya online, di ba? May mga exclusive shows na ni-launch na sa YouTube na mapapanood. May plano po ba kayo na magkaroon ng special app wherein like yung sa Ibang Pangkapila na para lahat ng mga exclusive shows, mga na-miss naming episodes sa GMA, doon na namin lahat papanoorin. Di ba? Did you plan po ba na magkaroon ng app?
That's really not on our level, I suppose. It's a good idea. There are pros and cons, I should say. But for this program, our partner is YouTube, and YouTube has tremendous reach. So, parang why reinvent the wheel in a way? Because it's already existing, and they're great partners. But I'm sure that's something na pinag-aaralan din ng management.
Okay. And then para po dun sa mga correspondents, paano po yung assignment ko ng mga news? Meron bang mga naka-assign sa inyo? Halimbawa, si ganito naka-assign lang sa topic na technology, si ganito naman lifestyle. So how do you get the topics ba ni picker sa news? Or kahit ano yung gusto nyo ipasa? So paano, may mga particular assignments pa kayo?
Hi. So Dalawa yung system namin. The first one is we are encouraged to pitch every day or kahit multiple times a day. So, whatever we see or come across na feeling namin, uy, pwede itong maging story relevant to sa millennials. We just, ibabato lang namin siya sa group chat namin, parang gano'n. And then, what happens is, because we've been together for quite a while, all 10 of us, medyo kabisado namin, ito, parang magaling si Manal dito, magaling si Edward dito. So, in that way, we get to parang find stories for each other and ourselves. Tapos, syempre, yung mga bosses, nag-assign din sila na, I think this would be good for this person, that person. So, it's not really strictly may beats kami, but more of finding stories everywhere and then finding someone who fits the story best.
If I may add, it's not the typical newscast. For example, na may beat reporters, right? And the newscasts have a luxury of running time. Some go for for an hour, di ba? So sa kanila pasado yung mga stories na he said, she said stories. Pero kami will be different when it comes to treatment, with editing and perspective, because most of us are using our mobile phones and we are immersed in some stories depende sa mga kwento. So definitely yung mapapanood ninyo, hindi siya about sa isang boring hearing, pero we can make a hearing story very interesting.
And also para sa correspondence din, paano po yung engagement nyo dito sa show? Parang full-time po ba kayo for 3 months na nandito? Or you could do it part-time na may iba pa kayong job? Or talagang dedicated kayo dito 100%? How do you paano yung engagement?
Yeah, we're dedicating our time for the show. In fact, di na nga kami makakatulog kahit isip ng storya, kahit isip ng visuals namin. Anong visuals na to? Kasi, this is a very visual platform, so hindi lang enough na may magandang content ka, kailangan mo compelling din yung visuals mo. And we're learning from people like you, storytellers like you. Pinapanood namin yung mga videos ninyo, yung mga best examples and best practices. Pinag-aaralan namin to come up with really, what's the proper word? I think, hybrid treatment para sa aming stories. It's not enough that we only have the facts. It's also important that we present it in a way that we would engage our target audience, which is the millennial.
And one, sige.
Okay. And to add to what everyone else has just said, it's going to be a concise, quick show. It's not going to be a parking lot for stories, just to dump anything just so there's something we can air or publish online. So since we only have 15 minutes, and some of our stories will last only a minute long, 3 minutes long, or maybe at most 5 minutes long. We need to discover the angles that would make it interesting for millennials to watch within this challenging attention span. Especially when people just scroll through their news feeds, they only watch clips that are 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes long. So you have to be concise. You have to be short but simple, but direct to the point, and yet at the same time very engaging, shocking, if you will, to our viewers. Yeah, but we will still adhere to the same code of ethics, the same ethical standards that our colleagues at the GMA News and Public Affairs departments have strictly and faithfully adhered to.
And one last na lang. How about yung exclusivity nyo? Okay ba kayong gumawa ng sarili nyong mga videos or maging active sa or exclusive lang talaga kayo for stand for exclusive?
May sumasagot ka.
They signed a contract and just like sina Atom, sina Hilaria, Richard, and all of the journalists in GMA are not allowed to engage in any other racket. So some of them are bloggers and vloggers, so they have to stop that. Kasi nga, we don't want our integrity to be questioned, our biases, so we always have to maintain that standard. So they are ours for 3 months.
For 3 months.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you po.
Thank you, po.
Thank you.
Last question from the bloggers. Do you have any questions?